Hi guys, welcome to Liberty Bunker. Have you ever watched a boxing match, an MMA match, where one of the opponents is just gone? It's almost embarrassing to watch them. You almost fear for them, thinking, this guy's going to pick up some serious brain trauma if this fight continues. That's the way I look at the BBC in its current fight to sustain itself. Is just, look, someone throw in the towel, someone just put this dead dog down, because it is just embarrassing. This is from the Mail Online. 200,000 homes ditched their BBC TV licence in a year, prompting funding crisis at the corporation as Number 10 says it wants Netflix-style subscription. The true scale of the BBC's licence fee crisis has been laid bare as figures reveal an alarming drop in the number of people paying the charge. Around 200,000 fewer households currently have a TV licence compared to a year ago, despite a continuing rise in the UK's population. So we have UK population growing, as it does every year. Number of houses, in the market increasing every year. We have more homes now than we ever have done, but fewer people have TV licenses. Something is seriously wrong. It's just embarrassing almost looking at the BBC. The BBC just running around headless chickens, have no idea what to do. So 200,000 fewer households have TV licenses than a year ago. That's nothing to be sniffed at. The current license fee charge, which will be going up this year, that equates to £31 million a year less each year going forward that the BBC will have. I mean, I can't imagine any of these people that have ditched the licence fee really going back to it. Maybe a small percentage will, people that enjoy watching things like live sport. I think live sport really is probably the only reason now to have a satellite dish or an aerial in your house. If you're like me and you don't really watch that much sport, I mean, most things are available through streaming now anyway. You can get most of the sports channels through streaming, but if you're big into the Premier League, that would probably be the only thing, in my opinion, it's worth having a Sky, satellite Sky system for, just for sports. I mean, I went to someone's house the other day, they had a Sky remote, and it just looks so out of date. Like, the thing's huge, there's so many buttons on it. Let me just compare to what I have. So in this house, we only watch things on the Amazon TV Fire Stick. And this is just like an old school remote. So just compare it. Like, this is like a typewriter. This is like a desktop PC. That's like the difference in technology. This will do everything just with a few buttons, volume up, volume down. You can turn it on. You've got voice search. This thing is just a typewriter. It's just clunky to use. And, Sky remotes are even more complicated than this. It's just not intuitive. The Amazon Fire Stick is very, very intuitive. You can just voice search through Alexa, and it's as simple as that if you want to. So it's just embarrassing to watch the BBC. They've had... there's the meme, there's the mantra, get woke, go broke. For the BBC, they've managed to sustain not going broke because they'll throw you in jail if you don't pay for a TV license, right? So you can sustain being woke, but without going broke for some number of time if you have the government in your corner who are basically throwing people in prison who won't pay for your subscription service. Essentially, I think the BBC is just embarrassing now. This is like a fight where one of the opponents has just been pummeled. He's still standing, but someone's going to just hook him in the jaw in a minute. He's going to get a serious brain trauma, and that will be it, KO'd for life maybe. So just embarrassing with the BBC. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this. I mean, in my opinion, the only reason I think in the UK to have a TV license would be if you're really big into like Premier League or live sport, and that's the only way for you to get it. But I don't know, I'm not a sports fan. Let me know in the comments if you are like a Premier League guy or like a Formula One guy. Can you get everything through streaming services? I'm pretty sure you can. It might be the odd football match or things like that you miss. It's just embarrassing now. Someone just needs to put this dead dog down. It's just embarrassing at the moment. So I just urge anybody, get yourself a Fire Stick, just as long as you're not watching iPlayer or live broadcast. That's it, man. You don't even need to be paying for Amazon Prime. But I recommend it. $7.99 is not that much to pay a month. It's still going to work out as saving on money if you're not paying for a TV license. That's my thoughts and opinions today. This BBC thing, we'll see how this pans out. I only expect the funding gap to get worse. Living in the post-Brexit UK now, I think more and more people who've probably paid a TV license the full year, when that thing gets to an end, they're just going to let that expire, especially people who are on the opposite end of the narrative that the BBC projects. The BBC has a left-wing bias, although it's somewhat more complicated than that. It's something like an establishment pro-status quo. They're also kind of pro-big national, multinational corporations. So they are left-wing, but they also have like an establishment kind of bias at the same time. It's quite perverse, if anything. You know, a lot of people on the left also don't like the BBC. You're more honest, old school, traditional socialists who are just interested in raising conditions for the working classes. You know, the good socialists, the good people on the left. They also don't like the BBC because the BBC's narrative doesn't like work for them either. The BBC is just like pro-establishment. So I only expect the funding crisis to get worse as people on the left cancel their fees. People that supported Brexit, once that 1 year license fee ends, why bother replacing it? So it's only going to get worse. I wouldn't be surprised next year if it's 300, 350, maybe 400,000 licenses fees gone, and especially in the media now, everybody is talking about it. Most of the mainstream media outlets are commenting on it, and yeah, good for them. They'll probably benefit. People like the Daily Mail will probably benefit like financially from the end of the BBC. Sky News, all the other outlets, YouTube, all the other outlets are going to benefit when the BBC goes down like a sinking ship that it is. That's my thoughts and opinions today. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one. Thumbs up if you want to end the license fee. Thumbs down if you want to keep the status quo as we are. Thanks for watching this video. Liberty Bunker out.